So, when your payday rolls out, are you delighted when you check your bank balance, or do you find yourself frowning and wishing that your monthly salary was significantly higher? As per the new study from CV Library, which reveals that nearly two-thirds of employees are either unhappy with their salary, and over 60% of the people are either underpaid or have never tried to negotiate for a higher pay rise. So, if you are one of those and you definitely feel that you want to negotiate for a higher salary and you want to get a pay rise, then this video is definitely for you. And my name is Parul, and welcome back to my channel Ask Parul. Ask stands for Always Seek Knowledge. And in today's video, I am going to be talking about a topic which many of you have been asking me about, which is how to confidently ask for a pay rise. So, through my 14 plus years of corporate experience in senior leadership experience, whatever I've learned so far, the best practices is something that I really wanted to share in this video. And if you are facing a specific situation or a challenge, or you really want to talk to me for a one on one consultation, then you can directly reach out to me. The details are in my description link. And if you found this video useful, then do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for other useful videos. So, coming back to the topic of pay rise, I do feel that this is a very important topic to discuss in today's economic scenario because negotiating for a higher salary is an important part of financial planning. I have spoken in the past a lot about different kind of side hustles and the importance of having passive income sources to achieve that financial freedom. You can look into the finance and investment playlist of my channel, but I always keep saying that getting a successful pay rise is one of the best and the sure shot way to boost your financial situation, given that we spend almost one third of our day at our day job. It's very important to be fairly compensated. But unfortunately, what the data says is that 60% of the people, like I said, are unhappy with their salary, and most of them have never tried to negotiate for a better salary or a pay rise. And as the old age saying goes, that if you don't ask, you don't get it. So, asking for a pay rise not only provides you with that career elevation, but it also boosts your financial situation and provides you that overall success. But do remember to always balance it with your personal life, your personal goals, and development to live that whole rounded, balanced, and successful life, which is what this channel is all about and something that I keep emphasizing upon. So, in this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 steps, a step by step procedure in terms of how you can approach this conversation with confidence so that you increase your chances of success. So let's dive into the steps. Step number one is that you should do your own research and know your market value. Now, before you can even think about asking for a pay rise, it's very, very important and crucial that you do a bit of research, find out about the different industry standard for your role, your experience level, the industry you are part of, and compare it with your current salary and also the benefits. You can look into the different websites like Glassdoor and Payscale. Those can be very useful information sources. So, knowing your worth will give you that solid foundation for your request, and it would also put you in a position where you are a lot more confident in asking for that pay rise and in that negotiation discussion. It's very, very important that you back your facts and your request with data. Another thing which has worked really, really well for me, and something that I keep encouraging others as well, is that you should always do a lot of networking with recruiters in your industry. So, for example, where I am based in Australia, I'm part of data and analytics industry. So, I usually have a lot of friends or acquaintances or professional connections with recruiters who are part of my industry, and through them I usually get to understand about what are the market standards, am I underpaid, or what should be my actual salary as per what my peers are getting. So it's really important to be aware about the industry standards through either networking, the data, and also through different websites like Glassdoor or Payscale as well. Another thing I would also like to point out, if you are unable to get these kind of information, then what you may really want to try out is that you can actually try to apply for open roles that match your requirements, let's say over LinkedIn, etc., and see if recruiters are reaching out to you and how much they are willing to pay you as per your industry experience and as per your skills, etc. How much, what's the max that they are willing to offer you? So that would also help you to decide that what's the realistic benchmark and what kind of number that you can have in mind to confidently have that conversation with your current employer. So it's really really important that you argue your current pay in line with the market standards, and also make it very clear that this is an important part of your career progress. And salary negotiation is definitely an important part of that. So, doing the research, understanding your market value is step number one. The second step is to choose the right time to have that conversation. Now, timing is everything when it comes to asking for a pay rise, and it's also important to initiate that conversation sooner than later, most likely at the start of the year, let's say, start of the financial year, start of the performance cycle year, because it's likely that there will be series of conversation. It's unlikely that it will just be one off conversation and that's it. No, it most likely will be a series of conversation. So the sooner you can get started, the better it is. And also try to schedule these conversations during a period of positive performance, such as after a successful project or after a glowing performance review. Avoid asking during times of high stress or tight budgets, as this may decrease your chances of success. And like I was saying, most likely it's not going to be a one off conversation. So it's really, really important that you have a regular fortnightly or monthly one on ones or chats with your managers so that you can get that conversation to do a follow up, talk about your work, your goals, your challenges. It's so important to create a good relationship with your manager, which I've spoken in my previous videos as well, because he or she is likely going to be the spokesperson who is going to create a business case for you. And something which a lot of people also miss out, and which I feel is really important, is to also have good conversations and good relationships with your skip level as well, maybe the person who is the boss of your boss. So it's really important to have that right visibility with your colleagues, with any dotted line reporting line that you may have with your clients or customers. Try to get some feedback or testimony which can back your case. uh, and like I was saying, chances are very high that your request may not be accepted in one go, because whenever it comes to finances, of course, companies will have all kind of reasons to give you. Some of the factors or reasons may be even vague, but it's very important to start that conversation at the start of the financial year or the performance cycle and have those regular one-on-ones, so that at least you have a visibility of where this discussion is heading towards. And it's also very important to set goals for yourself that you can actually follow through. And most of the goals should be smart in nature. I've given the description of what the SMART goals are all about. The reason why you should have those SMART goals is because they are very measurable in nature, and because those goals are measurable in nature, you can easily quantify the kind of impact that you have had. So, choosing the right time to have that conversation is really, really important, and that's step number two. Step number three is to highlight your accomplishments and value. Now, when you have initiated that conversation, when you've done the research around your market value and you're ready to have those conversations, it's very, very important that you highlight your accomplishments and the value that you bring to the company or to the organization. Discuss about specific projects that you have completed, the goals, the SMART goals that you have exceeded or you have accomplished, and any additional responsibilities that you have taken on. That will help to demonstrate that why you deserve a pay rise, and to show to your organization and to your manager and your boss that you are committed to the company's success. So sell yourself, but it's also very important, why I keep saying that you need to sell yourself is that because a lot of people are under this misconception that because you're doing good work, your boss or your manager will automatically know about it. It doesn't work that way because your boss or your manager most likely will have a lot of things on his or her plate, and it's a bit unlikely and unfair for them for you to actually expect that they would know what's going on in your mind. I always feel that you need to be the best advocate about your career, and you need to be the one who should be highlighting your accomplishments if you really want that hike. So, and I'll give you a small example because I'm also a team lead and I manage a team of data scientists myself. Recently, one of my team members reached out to me at the start of the performance year that, hey, Parul, this is what I'm looking for my next year. I've been working on these and these goals, and this is why I potentially need and I deserve a pay rise and a promotion. Now, to me, that was like a lightning moment because before that point, I had actually never thought about that. But because he made me aware about those things, that's when I actively started to think about it, started having discussions with him. So it's really important that you should be the spokesperson about your own accomplishments, and you should give that push or that nudge to your manager. In most of the cases, of course, if you're lucky that you have a great manager who really sees everything that you are doing, then it's great. But in most of the scenarios, you should be the one who should be pushing your case yourself. So, step number 4 is to practice your pitch. Now, confidence is the key when asking for a pay rise. So, take the time to practice your pitch, rehearse it with people. Potentially, it could be a good friend or a family member in terms of what you should be saying. Focus on your accomplishments and the research that you have done, and of course, be open to any kind of feedback and any kind of inputs that you are getting so as to refine your approach. The more prepared you are, the more confident you will feel during the actual conversation. So, step number 5, which is the last step, is to actually not give up. So, don't give up the hope and always have a plan B. So, if things don't go your way, and despite showing everything up, if your request is denied, then don't be disheartened, is what I would say. That you can use that decision to actually find out what you need to do in order to achieve your salary goals. And you also really want to think that if you really want to stick with the current organization or your current role, then do discuss about those growth opportunities with your boss or your manager. Ask him that what do you need to do in order to get there where you really want to go. So this will provide you with a pathway going forward, and it will also ensure that the next time that you're asking for a growth or a pay rise, then you get exactly what you want. But if you strongly feel that you have highlighted your accomplishments, you have showcased your value, you have done everything right, and still the organization is not onboarded, then you should also think about having a plan B. And when I say plan B, is to basically consider other career options, or maybe other organization as well, where you feel you could be better compensated. Uh, don't just jump the ship is what I would suggest and request. Always take a more careful decision. If you feel that your current organization is providing you everything that you really want from a growth opportunity, but it's only the salary which is a barrier, then you can have that open conversation with your organization. If that gets denied, look for plan B and alternate options. And I have also spoken in one of my previous videos that when you are interviewing for new jobs or new job role, then what are the key criteria that you should be looking for? If you are getting those outside, by all means, go forward. But if you feel that you are not getting something, but within the organization there is definitely scope for improvement, then it's good to just stick around and see if you can give it a better shot the next time. So that's where we will conclude this video. Of course, I understand that asking for a pay rise is can be a challenging discussion, and But it's a very normal part of professional growth and also as part of your financial planning as well. So do ensure that you do your own research, highlight your accomplishments, practice your pitch, choose the right time, and if nothing else is going, then just have a plan B in place so that you can get the pay rise that you deserve. So that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you found this video useful. If so, then do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for other professional growth, financial security, and personal development tips. Until I see you the next time, always seek knowledge and goodbye. Take care.